Let me let y'all know something, man. They not opening the government back up. To all them employees that being laid off during this crisis, it's over with. They not opening the government back up. This been the plan the whole time, y'all. Make it make sense. I'm pretty sure by now y'all done seen them people in Houston at the airport. Thousands of people at the airport, no employees there. TSA didn't show up because the government paid them. Look, it's over with. There is no government. That's the big secret. Y'all haven't caught on yet. Listen, man, they running the psyops on us every week to see if we gonna go for it. They running the psyops on us every week to see if we gonna go for what they putting down, y'all. Make it make sense. And guess what? People are going for it. They still going to work. They still paying taxes. Make it make sense. These billionaires could have been kicked the money in for Snap. They could have been kicked down the money for Snap, y'all. Make it make sense. Y'all, it's over with. The way we was living, it's over with. If y'all don't understand that this is the time that we need to come together, it don't matter the color, it don't matter the race. None of that matters right now. It's over with. The government over with. Get in the comments and let me know what you think.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, the honest apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and nephews sisters out there. Onto his life foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. The man has a valid point, and that valid point is they might not open this thing back up. I remember an Edomite woman has made a statement. I should have done a show on it, but sometimes, you do as much as the spirit can allow or allows you to. But the woman was breaking it down and saying they're not going to open it back up because he already made a statement that they got what they wanted. So they got what they wanted in the form of that big ugly bill that they passed, and they don't need nothing to go back to the table with. So, meaning that the Republicans don't need to have any discourse with the Democrats. And the option that they're giving out there is option A. Oh, that's the spirit. I didn't have it. I have it now. But option A, do you want to get fed? Or option B, pay a lot for your whatchamacallit? Damn, your health care. So it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. You have people on the one side showing that everybody is meat puppets in this society. You got one people on one side to say, take that food from these people, and them not realizing that their health, which is deteriorating, that your health care is going to be more expensive than, let's say, the other way around. Then people are going to be losing food. And it's not going to just affect the people that needs food. It's going to affect the whole chain of food distribution. In other words, these supermarkets, this how dumb people are. Now think about it. Hold on, let me get this real quick. I gotta get this real quick because I think now I realize I've been, through the spirit, we always been realized you people are fucking dumb. Isaiah 60:1 and 2 actually. It says, "For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people." So you people are in gross darkness. You don't see what they're doing to you. You don't see how everything's interconnection is connected. All right. And they got you where you want. They got everybody where they want them. And when I bring this out, I always think about the Rockefeller education system, because the Rockefeller had him, Carnegie, and a whole bunch of millionaires at the time help forward this educational system that everybody got accustomed to. All right. And that educational system is not for you to know anything or to be a free thinker. It's just for you to follow, to be going out there and working. They said that they don't need doctors and lawyers. They have doctors and lawyers. They need more workers. So they created a factory mindset for everybody. Everybody's working in a factory mindset. And everybody has no fucking clue how anything is working because that's information that's privy to you. Everything is connected. They keep showing us that. So what am I saying? Everything's connected. With everything going digital, before, back in the days when they used to give the government assistance is not just the welfare for the poor blacks, it's for everybody. All right? They got you hating and going against your own best interests. If you fall in hard times, you have something to fall on. So they now everybody's either you putting that shit in a box of like, oh, this is, I'm not gonna do it because of this or sense of pride. The scripture says, let me get that real quick. I gotta get this out. Is was it Corinthians? Wait for it. Wow, I didn't know there was so many. 1 Corinthians 7:31, classic. It says, and they that use this world as not abusing it. So now, for the fashion of this world passeth away. So you supposed to use this world, not abuse it. So there was the government ripping people off. Government been ripping everybody off. First, we all know about the taxes. IRS is illegal. We all know that. But there was certain government programs to help everybody. And people so stupid because they'll tell you how rich, they'll tell you how exactly how the rich stay rich. And they'll tell you, oh, the rich stay rich by doing this and that. And what do they use? They use assistance. All right. But everybody's out here talking shit about people that's on the government assistance, but the very rich of the society uses the government to aid them in their assistance. What happened is a majority of our women was abusing this world. They was living off this world. Everybody out here is a fucking welfare case, especially if you was an Israelite, or Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Don't thinking that you're independent. No, we all came here to be a welfare case, and I'm gonna back that up real quick. Deuteronomy 28 and 48. It says, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies. We didn't come here by choice. We didn't come to this side of the world by choice. All right. The northern kingdom, they was doing it here, but they got enslaved. All right. So we all here. So we serving whom? Who is our enemy? Esau. Okay. We said, which the Lord shall send against thee, and in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, food, water, and clothing, and in want of all things that that's not even written. You automatically have to go to these people. It says, and ye shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until that was destroyed. So all avenue expect, we was put here to be in wanting. It was put here against our will. So let's smash all that. All right. We were just supposed to use this to aid us in the time being. That's it. So everybody out here became what's the word I'm looking for? Became reliant on the powers that be. It was the way the Lord designed it. So the Lord designed this world or design America so that we be relying on the system. Now the system ain't working no more. But Esau has been using the system, and now that he's been using that system, he can't use it no longer. Now nobody can use it. And everybody's cheering that the system is going away, but not realizing the very same system that was used, that people was able to aid them, is now turning against them, because these people are not aware of anything, because it was all by fucking design. It says first, I'm gonna get this real quick. Second Corinthians. No, I had it right here. I'm sorry. So that man was correct. Shit is not gonna go back to normal. They don't need it to go back to normal. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Least Satan should get advantage of us, for we not ignorant of his devices. So we are aware of what's going on. All right, we see it. Everybody should see it right now. Now he said everybody should come together. It doesn't matter the color. Da da da. It will matter, because like the scripture says. Let me get that in Jeremiah. For that Jeremiah 1. Jeremiah. 51 and about 9. Yeah. Jeremiah 51 and 9. Matter of fact, I should get the one in Isaiah 13. But it says, we would have healed. Matter of fact, let me start out. It says, Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad, because they made a deal with this empire, and they get the short end of the deal. The philosophies that is being pushed, or the policies that's being pushed, is destroying these other nations' economy. Now, like Nigeria, all these African nations cut France off. So now America is going in with the false pretense of aiding Christians to go and take the land. All right. And prior to going into that, making this decision, was it a couple of years ago, Kamala Harris went to Africa. It was Uganda, and tried to pay them off. They always had an interest in that particular region. And one of the main things that they was trying to pay them off was what? To protect the funny people. Then that when they said the Deutsch, when they did the auditing, that was a USDA or something like that, was using to transform people in the other parts of the world. So that was some of their wine that it was spilling out there, getting them drunk. And it says Babylon is suddenly falling, and we seeing it's falling right now. Everything is being crushed. It says, and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. There's nothing that's going to fix this broken system. Nothing. There's no stimulus. There's no aid. All right. The judge told Trump, get this thing going. They said, oh no, we only give a certain percentage. He was stalling, and now that he has until Friday to give the money up. So there's no healing for this place. And if they do give the money up, there's different requirements in order to get the money. So, and if that happens, the prices in the supermarket could go up. And he had it passed where any supermarket that want to give discounts for people that have it, they're not gonna get no Fed. They're gonna be in trouble by the feds. So there's a lot of shit going on, but there's no healing for this place. There's nothing that can help this place. For we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Let us go everyone to his own country. So people are going to join to their own people when all hell breaks loose, because this is a natural way. This is how you protect yourself. If I don't know you, I don't want. I don't want you around me. I don't know what's your intent. So people are going to turn to their own kind. All right. Let me get this real quick. It says Sirach 13 and 16, I believe. All flesh consort according to kind. A man will cleave to his like. So everybody going to their own country. Well, nobody can go nowhere physically. They can't travel because they just cut the was it the FAA? They said they're about to cut flights. So you can't go even to another state if you desire. You have to drive or take the train because the Fed people that's working in the Fed, this whole thing is going down. So people are gonna just stick to their own. All right, that's the point I wanted to bring out. Where was I? So we seen everything play out. We seen how they trying to blame Jake for taking it and not realizing everything is going to be affected by the shutdown. This shutdown, which makes sense, like scripture says right here. Let me get that. Well, I didn't say it yet, but I might as well just line it up because everybody knows where we're going. Because we in that time frame right now. 2 Ezra 15 and 14, it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh." So it's about to get violent out here. Is coming is getting close. All right, and we see how it's getting close. We see why it's getting close. You clearly see it said, "One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." The modern day sword is the gun. The two major things that they're trying to take away from the people: free speech and your weapons. It doesn't matter which party it is. Nero is trying his best to force this thing to happen. He wants a reaction so he can force his will on the people. And people are falling for it. All right. This is why there's no oversight. With this government shutdown, there's no oversight. You can't call your local government because they on lockdown. This is all by design. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men." I've got to go over to that word sedition again. Let me do it. Be sedition. Did I look up that? Oh, I looked it up before. Sedition. Sedition comes from Latin sedido, meaning rebel or strife, which literally translates to go apart. In other words, anarchy. Okay? Anarchy means, let me get that right there. Anarchy. Meaning, it says anarchy has two meanings in the political and philosophy for a stateless society and a state of social chaos due to lack of government. Go figures, right? And all they're waiting for is your reaction. That's all they're doing. This is a trap. Everything's happening right now is a fucking trap. They want your reaction. They want you to be sadistic, to to rebel and cause this anarchy state. Because we're in an anarchy state right now. There's no government. The government shut down. It says it derives from the Greek words for without and ruler. It can reference to volunteer cooperative society without hierarchies or the disorder or lawlessness that result from government breakdown. And this is exactly what this man wants. And a state of disorder due to absence of non-recognitions of authority or another controlling system. That's exactly what this people of power, right, that's sitting in power wants. So they want people to be in sedition. They want people to be, they want to push anarchy, all right? For there should be sedition among men and invading one another. And they come into the point where if there's lack of food, people are going to invade other people's house for food when there's no food to come to be pushed out there. This is why this devil is they want to keep the government shut down because they want that movie to come true. That movie start with a P, there's a G in there, and there's a U, and there's a R, and there's an E. All right, you figure it out. You put those letters together. Well, I might as well say purge. They want to purge, and it says, "They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their own power." So people are going to lose it. All right, people are going to lose it. A man should desire to go into a city, travel bans. All right, look, they say what about approximately 40 major airports are shutting down or not going to give that much flights. They're cutting flights every day because the workers can't, the workers are not getting paid. All right. So people want to go to another state. You can't go to another state flying wise. And there's so much levels to this stuff. Ultimately, you're going to have to deal with smart cities. Before that, you're going to have to deal with martial law. And how are you going to get to martial law with all this stuff that's going to happen? It says, and shall not be able. But because of the pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. And this is what's destined for America. They want people to revert to their animalistic behavior, and with real causes behind it. With real causes behind everything. So, like the man said, this thing is just going to get worse and worse. We've been saying that through the spirit. And I was thinking either they shut it down completely to next year, or there be a time limit. And if they ever does, I won't be surprised if they open it back up on the 66th day. And I believe through the spirit, I'm just speak as a man, that if they decide to open it up, there will be a new system, which they already have a new system being built. Matter of fact, let me end it over here. They already have a new system that's being put in, and that new system is going to be an AI. That's why they want to get rid of. They want to get rid of everybody. They already had planned to shrink the government. So all those federal workers who's working for free, I'm not laughing at them. This is the whole situation is fucked up. All those federal workers that have been working for free, once they get their lump sum, that's be their severance packages. I won't be surprised. Won't be surprised. Matter of fact, we ended off here. Micah 2:1. It says, "Woe to them that devises of iniquity and work evil upon their beds, And this thing was plotted out strategically for a long period of time. Because it's not just here in America, it's all around the world. Remember, the French government failed. See? They say, wow, I see why. I'm laughing because I see why I said the Spirit had me say the things I'm saying. The French government failed, and their excuse was what people was talking about it was the fact that they was relying on the assets that was coming from France or from Africa because um, politics, bad politics led to these things. So bad politics led to those things, and their government fell. How much more of America? And we're in a crisis mode. So there's a lot of, and this is all part of another thing I got to bring out. What did what's this guy's name? Quaff, what is it? Quaff. The guy looked like Doctor No, Doctor Evil. Cough Swab said expect to see what um earth shattering things or something like that. This is all part of their plans. And it says that work evil upon it when the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand. And they covered fields and take them by violence, which to this day, to this moment, Esau is running the same play that he ran as being a Conolian when he was stealing lands, when he was conquering lands. He's running the same play. Prime example, Jamaica. All right. And the Jamaican people are already complaining. They said the government ain't even come to aid them yet. So there's a lot of, and it says, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And this man is the greatest oppressor ever to be seen. In last one scripture. I read it the other day too. Proverbs 28, I believe. Oh, you got it right. Proverbs 28 and 15. As a roaring lion, a raging bear, so is the wicked ruler over the poor people. So with that being said, shalom to the elected nations. Shalom.